What's up, y'all? Podcast world. What's up, family? You know the name, man. Pays and Plays podcast here. Going to be giving y'all week 14 of NFL. Last 2 weeks, we've been 6-2 the last 2 weeks. Okay, we'll talk about last week that just passed though. 3-1. 3-1. Yes, we had both LA teams. Chargers covered, Rams covered, and we went with the Seahawks with the 14-point comeback. We lost San Fran +7 against a team that was in the snow. So that happens, bro. So yeah, not really mad at it. And I had to update everything. Now we're at officially 15 losses, so we're at 35, 15, and 3 for best bets. So, you know, it's been a good few weeks, man. And I mean it's been a great season overall, like I've been mentioning week in and week out. Will this one be a little tough for me? A little bit, un poquito. A little tough this week. Looking at the numbers, it does a lot of them don't jump out because there's not a lot of high spreads. It's a lot of real close game spreads, so we'll get into it. Please hit the like button, subscribe, pass the word around, man. And just know best bets will always be posted on YouTube Short and TikTok on Saturdays, roughly about Saturday, early Saturday afternoon. All right. People keep hitting me up, asking me for picks. I send a direct link to you. Obviously, like we said last week, we went 3-1. Then all of a sudden, somebody hits me up saying, "Oh, I didn't do it. You got other plays." No, I mean, come on, bro. You feel me? Y'all being mad when I'm giving y'all the free game and then y'all don't even take advantage of it. Come on now. Let's be smart out here. But let's get right into it. We got Thursday night football. We got my Green Bay Packers coming into town to play Detroit Lions. Lions 3.5 point favorites. I got the Packers to win in the cover. I think this is a simple they win one, we win one scenario. The Lions, man, listen, though, those injuries in the defense is definitely starting to stack up. I mean, you already lost another defensive lineman. He's out for the season. You missed Rodrigo is going to be out for the rest of the season. I know they got Jamal Adams right now to try to make him a linebacker, which that's all I look at Jamal Adams anyway. But yeah, man, this Packers team needs to win this game, man. I know the Lions are number one up top, but I mean, this is more higher desperation for the Packers. We know the Lions will still probably be a number one, number two team in the NFC. So we know they're going to have home field more likely this whole entire playoffs coming up. But it's a desperate need for the Packers, man. Matt before with a good coaching. I think good coaching plays a big part in this game. The Lions the last, well, not the last 2 weeks. You can argue the last 2 weeks they've been vulnerable, right? Colts didn't take advantage of that, but the Bears damn near did. If it wasn't for that meltdown towards the end, we're probably talking about an overtime game, and it's a toss-up at that point. But I think this game right here, big time game, national televised game, national televised game on a Thursday. Watch those games. But division game, I'm going with the Packers to win the cover and a slight upset. Next game, you got the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Tampa to take on the Bucs. Bucs 7 point favorites. Give me the Bucs to win, Raiders to cover. That's about it, bro. Not a lot of science, bro. I just the Bucs should win this game easily. Honestly, I mean, yeah, bro. I don't really have no more explanations to it, bro. This Raiders team, we know they're gonna try to be competitive, but they're gonna lose these games. You know why? I know why. So let's just move on to the next game. Next game, you got the Cleveland Browns traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers 6.5 point favorites. Give me the Browns to cover, Steelers to win. And it was really up to J-Mo. Well, not J-Mo, Jameis, famous Jameis. Is he gonna throw two pick sixes like he did Monday night? That's really the biggest question. If he doesn't throw two pick sixes, I think this game is close because that game was a 34-32 game until that pick six. So it wasn't like the Browns weren't covering that game. So, I expected to be kind of similar to the last game, smash mouth football. But if you're Pittsburgh, bro, you got to protect that middle of the field because J-Mo can find, bro, listen, last game, they were throwing slants and simple drag routes in the middle, bro. And the Steelers were not stopping that shit, bro. Like Patrick Queen is a beast, but it seemed like he was the only one that was trying to do everything when it comes to that pass coverage. And you can't rely on one person. I do think this game is close. And like I said, if you're Cleveland at this point, your mindset is let's play spoiler. We already spoiled the Steelers before, so why not try to do it again? 6.5 though is a lot. If it leans more towards 7.5, maybe towards later in the week, I might have to be attacking Cleveland on the spread. Next game, you got the Carolina Panthers traveling to Philly to take on the Eagles. Eagles 12.5 point favorites. Panthers to cover, Eagles to win. Listen, the theory I've been saying all year has worked with Philly. You fade them in the first quarter, and then they show up sometime down the road during the game. Against the Panthers, do I really want to do that? Panthers been a little more confident. I will say that. Listen, Bryce Young is, I think next year he's going to be the real deal. This team might be a playoff team next year. Needs some more weapons, but very confident from what I've been seeing with him. I believe at least the first half. So if you don't like the full game, 12.5, look into that first half. That might be like 6.5, probably. I checked the first quarter. First quarter spread is 2.5 Panthers. So do what you please on that one. From my theory, I think Philly win this game, but I think they always continue to slow start and then eventually they'll pick up sometime during the game. Next game, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. Titans 3.5 point favorites. For one, don't bet this game at all because this game is pointless. But I'm gonna say Titans to win and cover. How confident do I feel on that from a scale of 1 through 10? Probably a 3. I think Mac Jones will be playing this game, and if people, I saw how Mac Jones hit the backdoor cover on Houston. But I've been telling you guys about Houston all this year, right? About why you should not take these big spreads with them. But this game here, I mean, it's a toilet bowl game. Both teams going to be in the top five, top 10 in drive. I mean, if you're Jacksonville, you might as well just take this L, bro. So you can go ahead and get Travis Hunter. Just take the L and move on, bro. That's all I'm gonna say about this game. Next game, you got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Vikings 4.5 point favorites. Give me the Falcons to win and cover. Yeah, I'm gonna say Falcons to win and cover. I think this Vikings team is like slowly, like they shouldn't have won against Arizona, but I mean, yeah, bro. I just think for some reason this game is telling me the Falcons play good, bro. I think Kirk Cousins have something to play for in this game. But in my mind, though, you know what? The more I keep thinking about it, I think Vikings win the cover. Hold on, scratch that. Vikings to win and cover. The more I keep thinking about this, because the reason why I don't like the Falcons this much this year is because I don't like Raheem Morris as a coach. And I support my black head coaches out there, bro. But at this point, I think coaching, he's gonna get out coached by O'Connell and Flores. So he's gonna get definitely out coached. I just have a feeling. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Kevin O'Connell also was there when no, I think I almost want to say he was in LA when Raheem Morris was in LA too. So I almost feel like if anybody, I mean, they both one know another, but I just think the better coaching advantage is going to be Minnesota. The more that I kept thinking about it, yes, I know it's Kirk Cousins coming back. I know that, but if anything, you think that whole Vikings team will understand Kirk Cousins? I know Kirk Cousins can understand the Vikings, but I mean, the Falcons' personnel on defense just won't add up to how I think they can take advantage of the Vikings. So switch the pick. Give me the Vikings to win and cover 4.5. Next game, you got the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins 6.5 point favorites. I'm going with the Dolphins to win and cover. I know 6.5. I know it's the Jets. I know people want to keep picking the Jets. I had to learn about weeks and weeks ago why I think that Arizona loss to me is what made me say I'll never take the Jets again. And I mean, I faded the Jets last week, right? Didn't expect it the way to go down the way it did, but I think this team is done. I think that game right there kind of showed it, right? You were up, and the one thing about it with Miami, they play against they bully teams like this, teams who not that good. At 6.5, it being in Miami. 1 o'clock game. I'm going with Miami to win and cover. You can make this damn near a borderline best bet for me because Yeah, I think the Jets gave up at this point. I mean, I don't know, bro. This team is a shit show. I have been seeing that the line has been leaning more towards the Jets. So if it drops to 6, maybe 5.5, I'm probably definitely taking Miami at that point. Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints traveling to the G-Men, New York Giants. Giants 4.5 point underdogs. Saints to win and cover. I guess new culture is, bro. I guess that's what it is. They lost to the Rams, yeah, but that was a tough game. That was a tough one. Rams didn't win that game easily, but that was a tough one. They're better than the Giants. This is all I'm gonna say. They're better than the Giants, bro. The only thing you should be touching on the Giants side is either Tracy rushing yards or Malik Neighbor receiving yards. Other than that, bro, do not pick the Giants to win a goddamn game or side on this one. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Cardinals, 2.5 point favorites. Y'all know I want to go back to Seattle, and I am going back to Seattle. This game here, I mean, the more I'm leaning towards it, the more I want to make it the best bet. I think this Cardinals team is, I don't think they're done, but I just think the Seahawks team, they kind of found themselves again because of the last few performances. They're able to stop the run when they need to. And the one thing about Mike McDonald that people aren't going to give him credit for, his key is a great in-game coaching adjustment type persona. Because I tell you what, when I watched that game last week against the Jets, they kept having Devontae Adams on man-to-man coverage, bro. And Devontae Adams was taking advantage of it when he could, right? Not so much Garrett Wilson, but definitely Devontae Adams. Eventually, when Adams kept, I think maybe like after the third, fourth catch, they switched all that. They did man to man, but they did a cover too. So they had that safety leaning around and they weren't throwing no more straight 34-yard straights to Devontae Adams no more. That was shut down. So I will say the defense, the safeties have been mostly probably the biggest thing because not only are they good in defending the run, I mean the pass, but they're pretty good defending the run too. I will add into that because they've been playing some great defense. This game for the Seahawks, bro, if they can just run the ball and can Geno limit the turnovers, I think they can win this game. It's all, I mean, honestly, and they can win the division. I believe they win this game. I think the Rams will probably have to lose one more game. And then we're talking about having them, win the NFC West, which I didn't expect, but then it also hits the over 7.5 win total prop. So we're going with the Seahawks to win and cover. I know it's an underdog, and I know to some people that scares people, but I just see Seattle being a better team. I almost feel like that last gap against the Cardinals with them losing to the Vikings the way they did. I kind of almost feel like that might been it for them. Next game, we got the Chicago Bears, the Bears, traveling to the Bay to take on the 49ers. 49ers, 3.5 point favorites. 49ers to win and cover. Now, I know everyone wants to, I know my approach usually is take the team who just fired their coach. Difference is though, this game is on the road, right? And I know it's going to be the offensive coordinator who is the interim offensive coordinator. Now, obviously, he's the interim head coach. I like what they have doing with the Bears offensively. They've been moving the ball down the field, and I like that's what they've been doing. I just think this is a tough spot for them because I know McCaffrey got hurt. I know Mason is hurt, but this 49ers team can't lose to this Bears team if they want to have some hope. There's still a little hope in the division because the division is that mid, but you got to beat this Bears team with a rookie quarterback behind him. Kyle Shanahan. And listen, if I tell you what I think could be a sneaky prop, I don't know who the 49ers starting running back is going to be. But it doesn't even matter who their starting running back is going to be. Just take the over yards or the rush attempts. Because this is a Shanahan zone run blocking scheme. If you guys remember the Mike Shanahan era, look at all the running backs, bro. Terrell Davis, fucking Reuben Drones, Tatum Bell, Quentin Griffin. People don't even know who Quentin Griffin is, but I remember them. Alfred Morris when he was in Washington. This is the same system, right? Look at Mozart, same similar system, even though that's 49ers with Kyle, but you get the point. It's a plug and play with that team. Long as the O-line does zone blocking. I expect Trent Williams to be back. I think he had like, his child was born, so I think that's why he didn't play. We don't know if Bosa's going to play. I guess that's the biggest thing, but I think the 49ers should win and cover this game. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills traveling to LA to take on the Rams. Bills 4.5 point favorites. 4.5 point favorites. Yep. I got the Rams to cover, Bills to win. I mean, I guess betting against Josh Allen at this point is bet at your own risk because Josh Allen is a monster, bro. Josh Allen is MVP. Let's just go ahead and say he is MVP. It's either him or Saquon, but knowing the NFL and knowing it's a quarterback-driven league, it's going to probably be given to Josh Allen. Well deserved, though. I'm not knocking it. This team has been coached pretty well. Defense has been coached well. I mean, Rams like to run the ball. So I guess we'll see if Kyron Williams can run the ball. If anything, maybe lean towards Kyron Williams rushing attempts. I do think he get a nice amount load on this team. I actually may like the over in this game. I could see both teams in the mid 20s somewhere. So I think this would be a nice 4 o'clock, 4:25 game for you. Next game, Sunday night football game. We got the LA Chargers traveling to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs 3.5 point favorites. I want to say Chiefs to win and cover because it's a short number. And, I'm not picking the Chargers this game. This time I won't be picking the Chargers. But, I mean, division game, man. First game was close. 3.5, I don't like it. If it was maybe five, anywhere around that range, six, I would probably be leaning towards taking I almost said San Diego, but taking towards the LA Chargers. Now y'all already know how I go, bro. These Chiefs, the Chiefs don't care about no spreads. I've already said this. When it comes to playoffs, I think they'll ramp it up like they always do. But this may be a lollygag game, and listen, this lollygag game might make the Chargers win this game. And if they do, then that's 9 wins for the season, and that's another cash. So, and let's talk about season props real quick, right? Seattle is almost about to hit their over. Chargers is about to hit their over, and the Bears already hit the under because I got it at 9.5, and they already lost 8 games. So no matter what the season turns out to be for them, they still go under. So that's how I feel about that one. And lastly, Monday Night Football game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowgirls plus 5.5 point underdogs. Bengals to win and cover. I mean, both of these teams are going nowhere, but the Bengals are a better team. So I'm going with them to win. And that's just really how I look at it at this game, bro. This Cowboys team has nothing to win for. They pretty much won their Super Bowl last week in the Thanksgiving game. So, and the Bengals, bro, they played a tough game against the Steelers, but I did thought Pittsburgh was going to win this game, at least come back. 5.5. Last night was 6.5, so that's why I like it at 5.5. If it drops anything lower to maybe 4, which I think it may lean. Monday Night Football, I have a prediction. If it leans towards 3, right, not 3.5, 3, you have to slam Cincinnati. Because at this point, it's too many points. It was already 6.5, so the points has already dropped by 1 point. So that's just my thoughts on it. I don't have any teaser, but if I was to look at a teaser, let's see. I'll give you some thoughts. If you do 7 points, take that Bucs Raiders game -7, that Bucs -7, drag that down. You take that Pittsburgh -6.5, you drag that down. I think that's probably like what 1.5 plus 1.5, I want to say. If you take Miami, take that 6.5 down. I think that's about the same as the Steelers game, I'm saying. And I'll give you guys one more. This one is either or, but if you think the Eagles win, just take the Eagles from the -12.5 and take that down, make it 5.5. All right. As always, guys, like the content. Winners every single week. Come on, man. This is what we do out here. As always, man, be safe out here, man. Let's get this bread.